These are my night 11 predictions then for the Premier League darts next Thursday, which is in Rotterdam, the home of Mike van Deurne at Hearts, obviously Rotterdam, Netherlands. Start off then with Chris Dobey versus Luke Humphries. I think Luke Humphries would have to win over Chris Dobey. I think Luke Humphries started to get back to his best form now after the Twitters about his comments about the darts schedule, and Luke Humphries is right to call it out in my opinion. Derwent Price then Snape National. That's a battle, isn't it? That's a real battle for them. That's like a 6-pointer, that one, in terms of the rest of the playoffs. But I don't for Desi Price just to get the win over Nef National. Stephen Bunting versus Mike van Deurne. I think that's it. I think it's the end now for Bunting in terms of the Premier League campaign. And I think Van Deurne, I think everyone's going to tip Mike van Deurne to win in Rotterdam because he's going to have all the crowd support Mike van Deurne. So it's like the homecoming for him. So I think Van Deurne that's a win over Bunting. And yet the first cross, you know what? Rob Cross can beat you. He can actually beat him. Because Rob Cross turns up sometimes with these games, doesn't he? With his head in these games. But I haven't done for yet to get the win over Rob Cross. So on to my semi-finals then. Humphries versus Derwent Price. It's a hard one, that one. It's quite a tough one because it depends which Humphries turns up and it depends which Price turns up as well. Because Price has beaten these players, let's be real, beating these top players. And to be fair, he's a top player himself, Derwent Price. And it all depends which Humphries turns up. But I think Price gets the win here. I think Price gets the win over Humphries. I don't know why. Derwent Price seems to have one night off, doesn't he? And then the next night he turns up, and reaches a final or wins the night. So I think Price actually gets the win over Humphries. But I don't think that would be too bad for Humphries. I know Humphries is still storming points. He's going to qualify in the top 2. And Mike van Deurne versus Ukita. I've done for the home country favourite to get the win here. Done for Van Deurne to get the win over Ukita in this one. As I think everyone will be tipping Van Deurne to win in Rotterdam. And I've done for Van Deurne to get the win over Ukita. Which means my final is Derwent Price versus Mike van Deurne. Done for Mike van Deurne to win night 11 in Rotterdam against Derwent Price. That's my final prediction. So a quick recap. I done for Luke Humphries to beat Chris Dobey, Derwent Price to beat Nef National, Mike van Deurne to beat Stephen Bunting, Ukita to beat Rob Cross, Luke Humphries to beat Derwent Price, Mike van Deurne to defeat Ukita, and Mike van Deurne to beat Derwent Price in the final in Rotterdam. But it was a hard one between Humphries and Price. It was a hard one. It was either or in my opinion. And if Van Deurne, I expect Van Deurne to turn up in Rotterdam as well. He'll want to win in Rotterdam as well, especially with his air game as well. And and Humphries need to do. They don't really need to win any nights now. They just need to keep storming points, getting through to semi-finals at least of every night, and they'll be fine. They'll easily qualify top 2. While Van Deurne and Price and Arsenal and Watts, they probably need to reach semi-finals, finals, and potentially win nights as well to try and finish in the PLPS along with Ukita and Luke Humphries. So they're my night 11 predictions for the Premier League darts. Feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments, and I'll see you all next video.